All right, good afternoon. This is Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com, and the Wing Report. It is time now for the first game on Saturday. I'll be going to Deep Dish Football Game of the Week, overtime edition, Waubonsie Valley versus Maine South. It's looking like a good game. It's going to be at Waubonsie Valley. They had a nice little upset win over Bolingbrook, but again, two tough teams. And when I talk about Maine South football, and the one thing that I always like to talk about is the offensive line for Maine South. O-line coach, just the coaching staff period, that team is offensive line centric team. Very good at producing offensive linemen, especially when a couple graduate, a couple get in, a couple graduate, a couple get in. Peter Stransky is one of the, not Stransky, I'm mispronouncing his last name, offensive lineman for Maine South, class 2020, is a player to look out for. So first I'm going to do Maine South, and I'm going to do their schedule. And their schedule was good. They only have one loss. They beat New Trier. They beat Huntley. That was last week. They beat Mount Carmel. I consider that their biggest win. That's my personal feeling. They lost a close game to Barrington. They beat Glenbard West too. Again, they had Maine South and Coach and Sarah and just that team alone. They're not afraid to take on good non-conference teams. You got Mount Carmel, you got Glenbard West. Those are two hell of a teams to be opening up against. And much respect to Maine South for doing that. So, a good schedule, one loss. They could be undefeated right now. And I consider them a serious contender for 8A, Conference 8A. Now we're going towards the team of Maine South. Peter Skronsky, sorry about that, sir. James Bartel, underrated linebacker. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Dan Latzik. Ryan Kilberg, safety. He is probably going to be one of the best safeties in the state of Illinois for 2020. Danny Wolfson, another linebacker. Luke Preston, I think he plays defensive line now. If I'm not mistaken, he played defensive line last year. If I'm not mistaken, he's another player to look out for as well. Cole Dow, a quarterback, and Sarah, another quarterback, and Sarah, I believe, played running back for a little bit as well. He had a great game, if I'm not mistaken, and he had another great game at quarterback. But Cole Dow, Robin, and Sarah, two athletes to look out for. Michael Vasquez. Good, basically tall frame wide receiver to look out for as well. Again, it's basically Maine South football. That's it. That's all you can say. Again, good offensive line, good athletes, especially in the secondary spot. Kilberg is basically a home run hitting safety. He basically can stretch the field, not stretch the field, but stretch coverages, his ability to go from sideline to sideline. Very smart, very on IQ. Definitely a kid that you want to keep an eye out for. Bartel, the same way, very underrated this year. Definitely deserves more looks. All right, so let's go over to Waubonsie Valley. Waubonsie Valley had another good challenging schedule. Very challenging schedule, as I talked about before. They played OPRF. They won that game. They beat Libertyville. They beat Neuqua Valley the first time. They lost Neuqua Valley the second time. They beat Edwardsville, which is a good game at Edwardsville. That's great to see, especially going to Edwardsville, beating them. Naperville North they beat. Then they went against Neuqua Valley again, and then they lost, which was a home game. And they lost to Prairie Ridge, another tough team. Naperville Central, tough team. They beat Meadow Valley, and then they got towards Bolingbrook, and they beat Bolingbrook. So, again, they had a little bit of how do you say? They hit the bump. They hit a speed bump. They went down flat. They gave up a couple games. They lost some games. They got back on Meadow Valley. They won, and they go to Bolingbrook, and they beat Bolingbrook, which was a huge win for them. And now they're hosting Maine South. So again, very interesting for that team. I really do think and I just to get a little bit into Maine South football. The running game of Maine South is going to be very key in this game against Waubonsie Valley's front line. It's going to be very important to watch. The line battles for this game is definitely a thing to watch. All right, so let's get started on the team. We go to the team of Waubonsie Valley. Bryce Logan, running back, again, high character kid. He's going to be a big name next year. Definitely kids you want to keep an eye out for. Has all the athletic skills. He's a team player. He's the kid basically that as a school, as a college football program, you want to put him in the front of the thing and say, this is one of our players to take a look at, ask him questions and everything. He does a great job. Keep an eye out for Bryce Logan. Another run, Tyler Sullivan. He's another home run hitting box safety. Brandon Guido, another safety to keep an eye out for as well. He is unbelievably talented. Ryan Mutz, junior linebacker. You will be hearing about him in the future, especially for the 2020 class of the state of Illinois. He's one of the best linebackers in the state of Illinois. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Harper Cole, the kid's a beast. The kid splits coverages like it's nobody's business. He's one of the best wide receivers in the state of Illinois. He's got some offers, if I'm not mistaken. A talented kid, talented player, good kid. He's gonna be whoever gets Harper Cole is getting basically a winner and a competitor. Simple as that. All right. So Elijah Smith, I have as one of my DBs for 2020 to keep an eye out for. Charlie Millington, another guard to keep an eye out for. Miles Petaway, again, he's on my watch list as well. Wide receiver. They have a lot of players that are going to be good next year. But Waubonsie Valley, Damari Wilson, I'm sorry. Defensive end, good player to keep an eye out for as well. Let's get to. I'm missing my two big boys. My two big boy offensive linemen. Chris Carter, senior, definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. I really think he should get more offers. Underrated offensive lineman. Keep an eye out for Mr. Chris Carter. Good kid, definitely. Again, he's an offensive line coach's dream. Another kid, Sam Scoya. Offensive tackle, definitely another kid to keep an eye out for. He is a junior. He will definitely be in my I think he is in my watch list for 2020, so you definitely want to keep an eye out for the kid. Grayson Griffin, another linebacker. He's a young linebacker you'll keep an eye out for. They got a bunch of, okay, I'm going to say this right now, Waubonsie Valley next couple of years, they're going to be stacked. They're going to be really good. They're really going to be good. Definitely, you want to keep an eye on them. I'm forgetting their quarterback, though. Hopefully I got the quarterback's name right. Ethan Nelson. Hopefully I got this correct. I'm forgetting their quarterback, but he's going to have a big game against Maine South. This is going to be a huge game for him. He's got to make smart throws, and he cannot make any risky throws. He can't get choppy feet and start throwing the ball like it's nobody's business, rocketing it outside. And it's going to be intercepted. He's got to have a good game. But definitely keep an eye out for another quarterback to keep an eye out for. Ethan Nelson, quarterback. I should have wrote down the number correctly. I do apologize for that one. All right. So, again, throwing game is going to be very important. Those DBs of Waubonsie Valley are good. They're really good. And that's what I'm saying, Maine South. That running game is going to be important against Waubonsie Valley. Like I said, Coach Sarah, what more can you say? He's one of the best coaches in the state of Illinois. And you got another coach, Coach Murphy, one of the best coaches in the state of Illinois. You got two. I think one's a Hall of Fame coach, and the other one's going to probably be the next Hall of Fame coach. Two Hall of Fame coaches, one future Hall of Fame coach that basically are going against each other. This is a great game to watch. Again, it's going to be a hog battle. This game's going to be a hog battle no matter what. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Deep Dish Football Live is tonight at 8 p.m. Breakfast with Coach Big Pete, 9 a.m. Sunday. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com. Feel free to fill out the recruiting questionnaire so I have your information. Quick reminder also to the Matt Lemming Prep Insider Showcase, last chance showcase for the class of 2019 Illinois recruits. You might want to check that out if you are interested in getting recruited, because there's going to be a lot of college coaches at that thing, and I'm going to be coaching defensive line, so it should be a fun time. That is about it. And if you like my work, feel free to go on the link at the bottom via PayPal and leave a tip/donation as it goes towards the website maintenance, travel fees, and everything else. I thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to Deep Dish Football, Coach Big Pete.